Hi students, today we are going to discuss the general solution of a second order linear homogeneous differential equation with constant coefficients. Okay, second order linear homogeneous differential equation with constant coefficients. A second order differential equation, linear differential equation can be taken in the form y double dash plus p of t into y dash plus some q of t into y equal to g of t. Here, if this g of t is equal to 0, we call it as a homogeneous linear differential equation. Also, if p of t and g of t are constants, then we say that it is a second order linear homogeneous differential equation with constant coefficients. And generally this we can consider in the form a y double dash plus b y dash plus c y equal to 0. So, in this session, I am going to discuss the general solution of a differential equation of this form. Okay, for this, I need some properties or basic results. First one, suppose y1 and y2 are two solutions of this homogeneous differential equation, then any solution of the form c1 y1 plus c2 y2, any function of this form is also a solution. It is called the principle of superposition. Principle of superposition means if y1 and y2 are any two solutions of this homogeneous differential equation, then y equal to c1 y1 plus c2 y2 is also a solution. Or in other words, any linear combination of two solutions of a homogeneous differential equation is again a solution. Next property I would like to say is that general solution or the solution, all the solutions of this equation can be expressed in the form y equals c1 y1 plus c2 y2, where y1 and y2 are two solutions of this differential equation, so that Wronskian of y1 y2 not equal to 0. Okay, if this condition holds, we say that the solutions y1 and y2 are linearly independent. So we can say that the general solution of this homogeneous differential equation can be expressed in the form c1 y1 plus c2 y2, where c1 and c2 are constants. For different values of c1 and c2 we get all the solutions. Okay, so if y1 and y2 are two solutions, so that the Wronskian is non-zero, or if y1 and y2 are two linearly independent solutions, then its general solution can be considered in this form. Another one, the method of reduction of order, which is the method used when we have one solution, say y1. If we have one solution of this differential equation, y1 is given. To complete the solution or to complete the general solution, we need one more solution which is linearly independent to this y1, or so that y1 y2 equal to y1 y2 not equal to 0. For that, we choose the second solution y2 equal to some u of x into u of t, we normally consider t, u of t into y1. Okay, so by substituting this y2 in this equation, we can obtain the second solution. That method is also needed for the solution discussion. Okay, so with this, I am going to consider the general solution of a second order linear homogeneous differential equation with constant coefficients. For that, we have the derivative of an exponential function. If I consider an exponential function y equal to some e raised to mt, m into t, we have its derivative y dash is m into e raised to mt, y double dash is m square into e raised to mt. This means every derivative is just a constant multiple of the function itself. So for the discussion of the general solution of this differential equation, we consider its, or we assume its solution is y equals some e raised to m into t. Okay, so the general solution, we first of all we assume that a into y double dash plus b into y y dash plus cy equal to 0. It is our differential equation. We assume that it's a solution. It is a solution of this differential equation. If it is a solution, then this y should satisfy this equation. For that we need y dash. What is y dash? M into e raised to mt. Y double dash, this is m square into e raised to mt. Okay, so if we substitute this y and y dash in the given differential equation, we get m square e raised to, a into m square into e raised to mt plus b into m into e raised to mt plus c into e raised to mt equal to 0. This means e raised to mt into am square plus bm plus c equal to 0. Okay, this means the product of these two terms is equal to 0, means either e raised to mt equal to 0 or this one equal to 0. But we have the exponential function never 0, it is not equal to 0, means from this we can conclude that am square plus bm plus c equal to 0. That means if y equal to e raised to mt, if it is a solution of this differential equation, then this m should satisfy this condition. Okay, this condition is called, or this equation is called auxiliary equation. Auxiliary equation or characteristic equation. Characteristic equation. Okay, so if the differential equation is given, there is no need to consider these steps to write the characteristic equation. For example, if y double dash plus 2y dash plus 3y equal to 0, then directly we can write the characteristic equation is m square plus 2m plus 3 equal to 0. Okay, so directly we can write the characteristic equation or auxiliary equation. Okay, so we have the characteristic equation associated with the given differential equation. Now it is a quadratic equation, so it's a solution we can obtain by considering the quadratic formula. I'm writing here m equals minus b plus or minus root of b square minus 4ac divided by 2a. Okay, so we have a two solution. It is possible to have two solutions. I say these two solutions, this plus or minus, just plus minus b minus root of b square minus 4ac by 2a. These two are the solutions. I say this one is m1 and the next one is m2. Okay, here if this m1 and m2 are distinct real numbers, means from this step we are going to consider three cases. First case, m1 and m2 both the roots. This m1 and m2 are distinct and real and distinct. That is possible when this b square minus 4ac is a positive quantity. So in that case we can say that e raised to m1 into t, e raised to m2 into t, these two are two solutions of the given differential equation, because if by our procedure we assume that y equals e raised to mt is a solution, so that m should satisfy this auxiliary equation. If this m satisfies this equation, then that m is either this m1 or this m2. So if we take either m1 or m2, then e raised to m1 into t and e raised to m2 into t should satisfy the given equation. Okay, so these two are two solutions. So this, I would like to say this one is y1 and this is equal to y2. Then the general solution y is c1 y1 plus c2 y2 if Wronskian of y1 y2 is not equal to 0. Okay, so I'm just considering what is Wronskian of y1 y2. It is determinant y1 y2 y1 dash y2 dash. So that's equal to determinant y1 is e raised to m1 into t, y2 is e raised to m2 into t, y1 dash, its derivative m1 into e raised to m1t. This is m2 into e raised to m2t. Okay, so its determinant is equal to, I'm writing it, m2 into e raised to m1 plus m2 into t minus m1 into e raised to m1 plus m2 into t. Okay, here this is equal to m1 minus m2 or m2 minus m1 into e raised to this one. Here this e raised to this quantity cannot be 0, and m1 and m2 are distinct. That means this not equal to 0. That means this y1 and y2 are two linearly independent solutions of Wronskian not equal to 0. Hence, in the first case, that is, if m1 and m2 are distinct real numbers, then the general solution is y equals c1 into e raised to m1t plus c2 into e raised to m2t. Okay, so the first case we have the solution. Now I am considering the second case. In that case, this m1 and m2 can be equal. That is possible when b square minus 4ac equal to 0. These are the roots. If b square minus 4ac equal to 0 in this equation, then we have both m1 and m2 will have the same value, which is e raised to m1 and m2 will have the same value, which is m1 equal to m2 equal to minus b by 2a, same value. So in this case we have only one solution, which is y equals e raised to minus b by 2at. To complete the general solution, we need one more solution. Okay, for that we consider, it is the first solution, we call it as y1. I say this is y1 equals e raised to m into t. I am just calling minus b by a equal to m. So it is the first solution. I assume the second solution y equals some u into e raised to u into y1, u y1. It is the second solution. This method is due to D'Alembert, and this method later we will call it as the method of reduction of order. Okay, the second solution is y2. This means y2 dash is equal to u dash y1 plus u y1 dash, and y2 double dash is equal to u double dash y1 plus u dash y1 dash plus u dash y1 dash plus u y1 double dash. For this one you can write u double dash y1 plus 2 u dash y1 dash plus u y1 double dash. If you substitute these values, because we assume that the second solution is y2. So if y2 is a solution, then that y2 should satisfy this equation. So if we substitute y2 in this equation, we get a y2 double dash plus b y2 dash plus c y2 equal to 0, implies a into y2 double dash is u double dash plus u double dash into y1, u double dash y1, u double dash y1 plus 2 u dash y1 dash plus u y1 double dash plus b into y2 dash, b into y2 dash. y2 dash is u dash y1 plus u y1 dash plus c into u y1 equal to 0. Okay, I'm just rearranging this equation. We have a into u double dash y1 plus, now we have the terms for y dash. What are the terms? 2a y1 dash plus b y1. Okay, these are the terms for u dash, and plus u into the remaining terms, u into a y1 double dash plus b y1 dash plus c y1. This is equal to 0. Now since y1 is a solution, this should be 0, because if y1 is a solution, then a y1 double dash plus b y1 dash plus c y1 equal to 0. So this will become 0. Also we have a y1 equal to, yes, here y1 equal to e raised to minus b by 2at. So what will be y1 dash? This is equal to minus b by 2a into e raised to minus b by 2at. So this is equal to minus b by 2a into y1. Okay, so from this equation we get y1 dash is equal to, here this means 2a y1 dash plus b y1 equal to 0. That means this term is also 0. So what we will get? We have only one term, which is a into u double dash y1 equal to 0. Here y1 is not equal to 0, a is also a non-zero quantity. That means u double dash is equal to 0. This implies u dash is equal to a constant and u equal to some c1t plus c2. In this form we can write, or generally simply we can consider the function u as t. There is no need to consider c1t plus c2. If we take that also, then also no problem. So if we consider u equal to, or okay, just consider u equals c1t. What we got? We are taking c1t plus c2. Okay, so what will be the second solution? y2 is equal to c1t plus c2 into y1, because we consider y2 equal to u y1. So this implies c1t plus c2 into e raised to, okay, this is enough. So if we consider Wronskian of y1 y2 is equal to determinant y1 y2 y1 dash y2 dash, this we can simply verify that it is not equal to 0. I am not going to verify this, just okay. Here if we consider, if we are going to express or find the determinant, we just consider this y1 equal to e raised to minus b by 2at. Okay, by considering this y1 equal to e raised to minus b by 2a into t, and if we expand this determinant, you can easily verify that it is not equal to 0. I am not going to explain it because the procedure is similar for the last case. Okay, so this means the general solution y can be taken as c1 y1 plus c2 y2. This is equal to, okay, we have one c1, so consider another constant, just a y1 plus b y2. So that means a into y1 plus b into y2 is what? c1t plus c2 into again y1. Okay, so this means a plus c1 into y1 plus b c1t y1, like this. So simply we can consider these are constants. So in this case we can consider the general solution in the form y equals, so in the second case y equals some constant into y1 c1 y1 plus another constant c2 into t into y1. So just this one like this, c1 plus t c2 into e raised to mt. It is the general solution if we have equal roots for the auxiliary equation. Okay, if we have b square minus 4ac equal to 0, or if we have roots are equal for the auxiliary equation, then the general solution can be taken in the form y equals c1 y1, so, or y equals c1 plus t c2 into e raised to mt, where m is the root of the auxiliary equation. Now we have one more case. In that case, b square minus 4ac is less than 0, or m1 and m2 will have a complex values. If m1 can be taken as minus b plus root of b square minus 4ac by 2a, then m2 should be this should be minus, in that way. Or we can consider this in the form m1 equals some alpha plus I beta, then m2 should be in the form alpha minus I beta. Okay, so if b square minus 4ac is less than 0, the roots of the equation will be in the form m1 equal to some alpha plus I beta into alpha plus I beta, and m2 equal to some alpha minus I beta. In this case, we can consider the solutions in the form e raised to alpha plus I beta. Just take this one as y1, and the second solution y2 equals e raised to alpha minus I beta. Okay, so c1 y1 plus c2 y2, we can verify its determinant value is either 0 or not. Anyway, we are considering a real valued function or real function here, y. So we need its solution as a real function. So we will not conclude using these two solutions. So I'm just going to consider this one. We have e raised to I theta by Euler's formula. E raised to I theta is cos theta plus I sin theta. Okay. So e raised to minus I theta should be cos theta minus I sin theta. So what we'll get? E raised to I theta plus e raised to minus I theta, we will get 2 cos theta. Also e raised to I theta minus e raised to minus I theta, then we will get 2i sin theta. Okay, so I am taking this expansion here. Here we have y1 equal to e raised to, y1 can be expressed in the form, this one into t, e raised to alpha t into e raised to I beta t, and y2 can be taken in the form e raised to alpha t into e raised to minus I beta t. So if I take y1 plus y2, what we will get? This one plus this one, we can consider e raised to alpha t as a common factor, then into e raised to I beta t plus e raised to minus I beta t. So if I use this formula here, what we will get? E raised to alpha t into 2 cos beta t. So y1 plus y2 by 2 equal to e raised to alpha t into cos beta t. Similarly, if I consider y1 minus y2 by 2i, what we will get? E raised to alpha t into sin beta t. Okay, now what was the principle of superposition? The principle of superposition states that if y1 and y2 are any two solutions of a homogeneous linear differential equation, then every linear combination means y1 plus y2 or c1 y1 plus c2 y2 is again a solution. So here we have a y1 equal to e raised to alpha t into e raised to I beta t, and y2 equals e raised to alpha t into e raised to minus I beta t. These two are two solutions of this given homogeneous differential equation. Okay, so its sum or y1 plus y2 by 2 is also a solution. By principle of superposition. Again, y1 minus y2 by 2y, it's again a solution. What we consider is 1 by 2 y1 plus 1 by 2 y2. Here we consider c1 equal to 1 by 2, c2 equal to 1 by 2. In this case, 1 by 2y y1 plus minus 1 by 2y y2. So here we consider like this. So this was c1, this was c2. So these two are also is also a solution. That means this e raised to this means we can conclude that e raised to alpha t into cos beta t and e raised to alpha t into cos beta t and e raised to alpha t into sin beta t. These two are two solutions of the given differential equation. I would like to say it as u1 and it is u2. Okay, these two are two solutions. So what will be Wronskian of u1 u2? Again, as in the same case, you can prove that this is not equal to 0. That means u1 and u2 are two solutions of the given differential equation, so that Wronskian of u1 u2 not equal to 0. So we can conclude that in this case, that is the case when the roots of the auxiliary equation are complex numbers, then the general solution can be taken in the form y equals, the first solution, e raised to alpha t, so c1 into e raised to alpha t cos beta t plus c2 into e raised to alpha t into sin beta t. Normally we express like this, e raised to alpha t into some a cos beta t plus b sin beta t, where a and b are the constants. Okay, these are the three cases. So using these three cases, we can solve any second order linear differential equation with constant coefficients. Again, if we have a second order linear differential equation of the form a into y double dash plus b into y dash plus c into y equal to 0, if we have a differential equation of this form, its solution method is like this. First of all, we have to consider its auxiliary equation, which is given by a into m square plus b into m plus c equal to 0. We have to determine its roots. If we determine its roots, there is three possibilities. First case, roots are real and distinct. Second case, roots are equal. Third case, roots are complex valued. Okay, so in this case, we can consider the general solution as y equals c1 e raised to m1 t plus c2 e raised to m2 t, where m1 and m2 are the roots of the auxiliary equation. In this case, we can consider y equals c1 plus t c2 into e raised to mt, which is the, where m is the root of the auxiliary equation. And in this case, y equals e raised to some alpha t into a cos beta t plus b sin beta t, where alpha plus or minus I beta is the m, m1, m2. These are the roots of the auxiliary equation. Okay, so using this discussion, we can solve any second order linear differential equation of this form. Let us consider some examples. First, I would like to consider an example, y double dash plus y minus y dash minus 6y equal to 0. Okay, this is, it is a differential equation of this form. Here, the auxiliary equation, the solution method is like this. Auxiliary equation or characteristic equation is given by m square plus m minus 6 equal to 0. Here, is it possible to determine two numbers so that its sum is 1, product negative 6? It is possible to determine such two numbers, I think 3 and 2. Okay, so its factorization we can consider in the form 3 and minus 2 can be considered in the form m plus 3 into m minus 2 equal to 0. This means m equals minus 3 and m equal to 2. These two are the roots of the auxiliary equation. Here, roots are real and distinct. So, from the first case, we can conclude that its general solution is, therefore the general solution is y equals c1 e raised to minus 3t plus c2 e raised to 2t. It is the general solution. Okay. Now consider another example. 4y double dash plus 4y dash plus y equal to 0. It's again in this form. So what will be the auxiliary equation? Auxiliary equation is 4m square plus 4m plus 1 equal to 0. Okay. This we can express 2m plus 1 whole square equal to 0, isn't it? Okay, that means the roots are m equals minus 1 by 2 minus 1 by 2. Roots equal. Roots are equal. So what will be the solution? The general solution by case 2, general solution is y equals c1 plus t c2 into e raised to minus 1 by 2t. Okay, now consider another example. Another example which is given by y double dash plus 4y double dash plus 4y equal to 0. Okay. So what will be the auxiliary equation? M square plus 4 equal to 0. So m equals plus or minus 2i, because m square equal to minus 4. This means m square equal to minus 4. So m equal to square root of minus 4, which means plus or minus 2i. So this is of the form 0 plus or minus I into 2. So here the roots are complex numbers. So we can consider its general solution y equals e raised to 0t into a cos 2t plus b sin 2t. That means a cos 2t plus b sin 2t. It is the general solution. Okay. So in this way you can solve any second order linear differential equation with the constant coefficients in this method. Okay. So any problem you can solve like this. Thank you.